pale skin. That's fine. You don't need to see me. You just need to hear me. I get to see you though in the chat. So anyway, I've been playing Counter-Strike 2. As you guys know that it's out. I'm not really that well in touch with the video gaming world anymore. And it's like I logged into Steam and it's like, hey, Counter-Strike 2. And I was like, well, I need to try it out. Good shit, by the way. Good shit. It's free. Reminded me of my childhood. I grew up on DDoS 2. Actually, I grew up on the map Assault and Militia, but I don't think anyone plays those anymore. It's with hostages. People like to play with Defuse, the bomb. But other than that, yeah, it doesn't have like many new weapons from what I gathered. I mean, it's got a couple of stuff that's new. Counter-Strike is like one of those games where you only use 2 weapons, right? You use the Kalashnikov, and you use the 4.3. I don't know what the fuck that's called. Like I know them by numbers. This is like how we do in Romania. We don't have guns. We're not like the Sig Meyer Og. No, we just like 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. Because you press like 4, it was the rifle menu. And it was like the first one. I think it was the Kalashnikov. 2 was the sniper one, I think. Whatever. But anyway, right. So it's like a game where you only have like a couple of weapons. Everything else is shit. Surprisingly, you don't have the AR-15, which is probably a good thing, because if it had the AR-15, then a lot of news and concerned journalists would be like, oh, this is why, yeah, the M4A1, this is why, like, there's another tragedy in the United States, Counter-Strike. Yeah, anyway. We're going to be discussing certain interesting things today. For example, there is a disturbing trend. Is Romania Chan in the chat? Like, she said that she's going to listen to me. Oh, she's in the chat. Holy shit. She only uses the AUG. Again, you can tell that Romania Chan is a zoomer. And, like, new people use the word AUG. Like, we use 4.5. You press the 4 menu, rifles, and you get the AUG. There's a disturbing trend with ladies in the gym. Did you know that? Like, women go to do gymnastics. But unlike you and me, they cannot do gymnastics unless they have a camera and a TikTok account. It is required. I don't know why, though. Like, when I work out, I view myself as stinky. I view myself as sweaty. The last thing I want is the internet to see me. But, like, most of these women, like, they do not show themselves actually working out. They show themselves being upset. It's how you present yourself as an American woman. Like, if you're not upset, are you really American? Huh? They're upset because men are looking at them. Horrible. Can you imagine? Like, you're a woman, you're an ushi-kushi, busty lady, and then men are looking at you. This is on TikTok, by the way, right? I think it's like a trend. Yeah, there's like a lot of them. Like busty ladies have men look at. What has the world come to? Chat, please explain to me, what have we as a society come to if a woman cannot walk into the gym without men lowering their gaze in shame? Like, this is how you need to behave. When you see a woman, you lower your gaze. You do not make eye contact. She can smell your fear. But anyway, right, so that was like the first thing. The second thing that I noticed is that now women want to dress any way they want, right? Now, I cannot dress any way I want. Like, for example, if I want to, I don't know, just wear a loincloth and go out like Conan the Barbarian, people will judge me, right? If I wear socks in my sandal, holy shit. Like, you're not here, you can cause car crashes. Like, honestly, like, if you wear sandals with socks, like, people who are driving cars, they will look at you disapprovingly and they will crash their car. It's horrible. So, no, I can't dress any way I want. But women want to dress any way they want, which is fine. But they also don't want you to judge. So, like, they want to control your thoughts. My question is, though, like, these women that are upset, do they wonder if the men that they're filming at the fucking gym are upset either? Can you imagine this? No, seriously, imagine this for a second. You're going to the gym to work out, right? And there's this, like, twat, which is over there, you know, with her pretty much like in her underwear, stuffing a camera on your face. Congratulations, you're on TikTok now, in front of like her legion of 2-view live streamers. And she's just waiting. She's waiting like, come on, look at me. Ah, he looked. Ah, the inhumanity. Oh, I feel so oppressed. The man made eye contact. But yeah, no, like unironically, do they ever ask if the men like being filmed? I personally don't like being filmed. I guarantee to you, women don't like being filmed either. If I go with my phone right now and I start another live stream, and I go down the stairs to my wife, which is minding her own fucking business, and I'm like, hey wife, congratulations, you're on the internet, 200 people watching, how do you feel? You know, like, it's not really okay, I would say. It's an invasion of privacy. Like, even though you can, it doesn't mean you should. You should go to Romania chat right now. Put the camera in her face. It's like, she would feel uncomfortable, would you? Of course she would. Everyone would feel uncomfortable. It's not something that you like to... Imagine like going to the gym and there's like a twat filming. Why the fuck are you filming at the gym? Of all the fucking places. Can't you film somewhere else? Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, right, so... Do you think V kept the fursuit? Do you know how expensive a fursuit is, motherfucker? It's like 20,000 grand. It's expensive. It's like a house. Not to mention, it's so cringe. It is unbelievably cringe. Like, why would you wear a fursuit? Like, even when I was a furry, I thought it's cringe. It's like being a mascot. You know, people are paid to do that. Like sponsorship for Joey or Nestle or something, and you wear like that really horrible costume. Though I heard that like modern fursuits, like why the fuck are they so expensive? Are they made with gold? Apparently, like they have fans inside and stuff like that. Like, wow. V, your video is set to premiere tomorrow on this. Oh fucking hell! Dude, I really don't understand YouTube. I genuinely do not. Like, why is it that when you set up a fucking premiere, it sets it for tomorrow, and if you forget to change it, then it's a contract etched in blood. I will premiere my video on my main channel after this. I was wondering, it's like, why do I have only 116 people watching? Like, why? Usually I have like 300, and that is because the premiere on my main channel didn't start. Thank you for becoming a member, Kenyan. I appreciate it. Hi V, hope your day is good. You into chocolate? No, I'm into vanilla. CS2 now with 110% more Slav. So, okay, there are two interesting studies that came out, believe it or not. Look, Romania Chan doesn't bring a camera to the gym. Romania Chan, how can the internet know you're oppressed if you don't show your tushy? Like, okay, let me hold on. I'll show you. I will show you. Let me go to my main channel. I think it's where I saved it. This is right here, right? So we got this lady. We got this Ushikushicika. Just a woman living in a man's world. And, you know, she's got the look of disdain on herself, but she's wearing fucking underwear. Like, I'm sorry, this is what I wear in my house. Like, this is the... Huh? This is what I use when I go to sleep. Why are you showing this to the... And not to mention, right? Like she is literally just exposing this in order to show... And her... this is like the ratio that I have given to her. I ratioed her. Apparently ratioing, it was like if you get like more comments, then you get likes and retweets. No, now it's like if I post something under her and I get more views. She was bigger than me, by the way, chat. Like this was Goliath. It was Goliath. I mean, look at her pose. She's taller than me. She's looming over me. I have a big monitor. So anyway, like she was... if your man doesn't allow you to dress the way it makes you feel comfortable... then it is because he is a jealous and possessive man. And I'm wondering, it's like, okay, lady, if you were to have a boyfriend or a husbando, would you allow him to go to the gym next to women that are dressed like you? Ah, you'd be jealous, wouldn't you? I see. See, when you get married or when you have a girlfriend, a lot of these things become obvious. You realize that, oh, women are human beings as well. And they also... know the same stuff that you know. Like, even if they pretend, like, well, obviously not all of them, but like some women pretend that they don't know what's going on. And it's like, okay, I'm going to dress incredibly provocatively, and I'm going to go to a place where there's a lot of testosterone. And if my man is upset, then clearly that's on him. Yeah, okay, let's put it the other way around. Let's put it like if you have a boyfriend and he goes in a place that's filled with estrogen, and, you know, all the other women are dressing provocatively, would you be fine with that? Oh, no, you wouldn't? Oh, but why is that? Why is that? Oh, you're jealous. Oh, I see. Oh. So it's not unusual. It's not, it's actually, some people will call it normal. Naruhodo. Rochan is not oppressed. Oh, see, like Rochan hasn't encountered a feminist yet. Like a feminist would actually explain to you why you're being oppressed. See, I need to pay Rochan because I got another artist. Like she animates. But I have like an artist which draws for me, right? I need to pay Rochan. What was it, like 20% less? Or was it like 20 cents less than a man? So like I need to pay her exactly how much I pay my other artists, but like with 20 cents less, so that she gets to feel oppressed. How much are women paid less? Okay, let me look at the gender gap. Like, well, because the feminists say it all the time. So gender pay gap. How much? 17.9%. This is how much I need to pay you less, woman. 17.9%. So I need to check like how, and then you get to feel oppressed. She's not Gorlock though. Clothes like that is what girls wear around the house when they want their boyfriend to breed them in the kitchen cup. $1 to 78 cents. I see. See, I didn't know that. Like I pay them as much as the market demands. Like I look at other prices. I'm like, all right, well, how much are other animators being paid? I'm a really bad businessman, by the way. Like I'm not good at having a company. Like I feel bad if I underpay people, which usually brings me into debt. But like, I genuinely like don't want to pay people less than they're deserving. So. I didn't know about the gender pay gap, but now I do. I will hire more women. I need to fire the men. I will save money. I will save expensive. If I make a AI singing cover with you, if you dare to oppress... You already did. Shut the fuck up. You can't threaten someone with something you already did. You need to come up with something new. Take the camera from them. Unironically, in Japan, you're not allowed to film in public. I do agree with that. If I were to have a gym... I wouldn't allow people to film. In fact, like, I remember... No, hold on. Didn't that e-girl, Amarav? I think, like, Amarav got in trouble with it. She was filming at a gym. Like, she was live streaming. And there was, like, the lady from the counter. It's like, you're live streaming. And she's like, no, I'm not. So like, the lady pulls up her phone and shows Amarav live stream live. And she's like, tee-hee. You know, it is what it is. Like, whatever. You can't even get the 50% of the work out of them? Dude, I don't know. If that's the case, then Rochan must be a man. Like, I cannot confirm nor deny, but the work that she/he is putting out is top tier. So I am getting the work out of what I pay. No, unironically, like, Rochan is a really good animator. If you guys did a VTube avatar animated, you should go to her. She does good work. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Oh, apparently Dianne Feinstein passed away. She's a senator from California, yeah? And there's not much more I can say about that. It just happened. I mean, she was very old. It was expected. By the way, like, do these people not retire in the United States? Like, if you're a politician, like, I think she was 90 years old. I mean, do we even have politicians in Romania that are 90 years old? I mean, we do have one, Ion Iliescu. Like, that man is never going to pass away. I'm starting to wonder whether or not he's human. Like, he must be like a demigod or something. But like, usually people retire after a certain age, right? Like, you can still live if you don't have like, it's called retirement. Like, don't you want to see your grandkids or something? I don't know. It's just weird. This is something that I noticed. Just curious, how much did American Outlier spent on his manga so far? Oh my fucking god, I don't know, but like I am willing to bet the man spent like 10 times the amount on fan art than actual manga. Like some of the fan art is really great, but like other fan art is like 3D stuff that I can't really appreciate. I'm pretty sure other people appreciate, but I just can't. Like 3D, no, like 3D is hard. Never go 3D. Stay 2D. 2D is great. But anyway, right? So like he spent a lot of money, I guess. Probably spent more than I did. California, yes. Anyway, right, I was asked who radicalized me on the internet, right? Like, who radicalized you? And I think I remember a song that I may have heard in my childhood. So, you know, this is for historical reenactment only. Trigger warning, viewer discretion is advised. But I will play you a song from a man that you may have known. It's called Mr. Rogers. Apparently, Mr. Rogers, if he had a show today, he would be cancelled. Listen to this, chat. Horrible. I disavow everything in this song.
And so is mine. Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy.
Oh, my God.
Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady.
Look at him smiling. I think he's in cahoots with J.K. Rowling, chat. I think him and J.K. Rowling were plotting this from the beginning.
Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mommies.
Oh my God. Do not go to Canada. Do not go to Canada, Mr. Roger. You may get arrested. I think in the UK as well. Like they are passing very strict hate speech laws. I would not travel to those countries. It's kind of like, you know, if you were on Twitter back in the day, 2016 or so, if you were to draw Muhammad or you were to say something blasphemous, like they would warn you. It's like, do not travel to Pakistan. And a lot of people like didn't understand why, but it's like, like if they catch you, put you in a prison. And now it's the same, right? Do not travel to the UK. Do not travel to Canada. Warning, travel warning. You can go to China though. Like China is fine. You can have this China.
Only boys can be the daddies, yes.
Oh. What is it with this bigotry? Holy shit.
Sir, everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so.
See, I don't know if they even can call him a TERF, because like TERF means trans exclusionary radical feminist, but I don't think he's a feminist, so I don't know. Like they would need to make up a new word for him. It's very vile, a very vile song that worse than Baby Is Cold Outside, far worse. I don't even know what to do with that, chat. I'm a little bit confused, a little bit bewildered. I need to recover. I need a little bit of gender ideology. Can someone, some expert in queer theory, come over here and help me out? Ugh. Oh look, Christy is here. Christy and Rochan have a very interesting dynamic. Do you know that like Christy an American outlier? Oh, I'm not even going to go into that. I can't even go into that because YouTube, TOS violation, blah, blah, blah. Did he pass away? Can you cancel someone that passed away? I bet they want to resurrect him so they can cancel him. Bring the Ouija board. The Ouija. You know, maybe they can terminate his Ouija account. Like, if you try to talk with his spirit, you can't. Because the Ouija company has banned his ghost. So you can't commune with his spirit anymore. For this song. Get Robin DiAngelo on the stream. Holy shit, do you know how expensive that woman is? I think like she asked for 20 grand to have like 1 hour talk at the university. That's like $10,000 an hour. Rochat, do you make $10,000 an hour? You don't? Well, maybe you should learn. Learn a little bit more about the gender theory. Learn a little bit more about, you know, like the important stuff. It takes 6 years to understand this shit. Like pronouns and stuff. Okay, let's see, because I got like a lot more stuff, but For some fucking reason, Discord keeps dying today. It's not me, it's Cloudflare, by the way. I genuinely thought that maybe it's me. Like, maybe I'm doing something bad that I got banned from Discord, but then I was happy hearing that other people can't log in. So their misery gives me comfort. It's like, okay, well... Alright, listen here, you bigot. Apparently, Walt Disney is deciding to fuck with another one of your childhood movies. It's every day now, isn't it? Like, it's that time of year. What are they going to run out, by the way? Like, there must be a time where there's, like, nothing else. Like, they remade everything. So now they have to create new shit. What else do they have? So apparently now it's Bambi, which got Pipkin Pippa to spark the fuck out. Stay the fuck away from Bambi, says Pipkin Pippa. It's literally a perfect movie. There's nothing to improve on, and there's nothing to be modernized about animals in the woods. What could you possibly try and change? She asks in all caps. Are you going to make them fucking Tamagotchi? For real, friends? Yeah, Bambi is going to be modernized for a modern audience. I think, like, maybe Bambi is going to be black and the hunter is going to be white. Like that, huh? Like, with that, no, how can you modernize this for a modern audience even more? What the fuck does it need modernizing? No, I agree with Pipkin Pippa. It's animals in the fucking woods. What more do you need? Dubstep, huh? No, that died in 2012. What is more recent now? Well, like what is trending? What is in fashion? What do all kids like? Counter-Strike 2? You need to get Bambi to go chicky-bricky? What? I genuinely wonder, like, how can you modernize this fucking story, which is timeless? Isn't that what timeless fucking means? It's like, in any age, it's timeless. Yeah, let's modernize timeless things. Yeah. Thumper is now a draw for the ADD. They will soften the mother scene. Do you think, like, Bambi's mom can go to Planned Parenthood? Is Bambi's mom upset that there's no Planned Parenthood next to the forest? Like, that would modernize it. What else would modernize? Oh, yeah, like, we need to kill Bambi because he's got, like, way too high carbon emissions. Like, we need to save Mother Earth, right? So, like, 0 emissions, 2030. Like, Bambi is problematic. It's not even like, you know, like, when you watch Bambi the first time and you're a kid, and you like these things, and then when the mother dies, it makes you piss your eyes. Like, that's the whole shit with the movie, right? It's like, it's for little kids to see the mother of Bambi isekai. Like, that is the whole shit. But, like, we already know what happens. Like, when I'll see the mother dying, I'll be LOL. It's not impactful. Like, spoiler alert. I understand. Timothy Kane made video game development caution with some interesting stories from the gaming industry. I didn't know that. Holy shit, chat. I know, American Outlier. Pay attention. I don't know what fucker, pay attention. You'll love this, alright? I know how they will modernize it. Bambi is going to go on CNN, alright? Like, I watched the picture. Close your eyes. Bambi is now on CNN. And he is going to say, if they would have banned the guns, my mother would still be alive. And then you're going to have The View. With those ladies on The View. Agreeing. And being like, yes, this is why we need to ban full semi-automatic hunting rifles. Wouldn't that be for a modern... I think that would definitely make it for a modern audience. That, like, have some anti-gun rhetoric in it. Yes, Bambi on the CNN. That would... Look, Disney, hire me. I will write your fucking show, Disney. I will modernize it so fucking hard, Disney, you can't even believe. And then, you know, like, it would actually be funny. I would then make a sequel to subvert my expectations, because then I can, like, make a Bambi sequel where it's, like, someone else's mother, you know? But now, she gets her leg caught in one of those vicious bear traps, and she has to sit there and dies in a very gruesome manner, agonizing over a couple of weeks without water and without food, while Bambi is crying. He's desperate as his mother is trying to pull her leg free. And then the hunter comes in and goes like, well, I can't shoot it because I don't have a gun, so I did the next best thing, you know, like, we still need to eat, so... We just use, like, a regular trap now. A regular trap because they banned the guns, those Democrats. Make Bambi transition in a hunter. You know, like, that's actually a video game. I remember when I grew up, like, you got to play as the deer. And you had, like, mating calls for the humans. And it was, like, a sexy woman that go, like, hello, big boy. Why don't you call me sometimes? And you like, basically, like, try to get the hunters to come up and you shoot them. It was an interesting video game. Bambi mother twerks while dying for a modern audience. You know, like, there were, like, how many Democrats that were twerking in this, in the Democratic primaries? Dear Avenger Craigasm, is that what it's called? Oh my god. I need to play that on a stream. I wonder if I can play Lula the Sexy Empire. Probably not. There were like a lot of games in my childhood that I remember. But unfortunately, they're a little bit too spicy for YouTube. Is deer meat delicious? Kinda, but like not in high quantities. Like, it's definitely got, like, a very different taste, and it needs to be cooked properly, and it needs to be seasoned properly. And it tastes different than cow, it tastes different than chicken. It's got a good taste, but, like, you shouldn't eat too much, because you get sick. At least, that's how I feel it. But overall, it's good. Lula, maybe on Kick? Wait, do they allow you to play naughty games on Kick? If they allow you to play naughty games on Kick, then maybe I should consider. They will hire the Twitch deer lady to play Bambi. Oh, I know the Twitch deer lady. Romania-chan, do you know the Twitch deer lady? You know that Romania-chan streams on Twitch? Shameful, I know, but at least I can say, hey, you know, I don't hate all Twitch streamers. I have a friend that streams on Twitch. I wonder if Romania-chan knows the teach goat. I call it a goat. But probably not. Oh, she doesn't know the deer lady. Oh my fucking god, I need to show her the deer lady. Hold on. Like, this is, when I think of Twitch, this individual encompasses literally everything about Twitch. So let me see if I can find the video. Alright. Look at this. Look at so this person was nominated as I think it was like the Twitch Trust and Safety Council or some shit like that. It was like on a council of making sure that everyone is behaving on Twitch.
So, but I'm hanging in there, and I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me.
So, basically, they're talking about how they're really happy to be placed in a position of power, right? And bigots need to fear, look.
And honestly, you know, there are some people that should be afraid of me, and that they are, because I represent moderation and diversity.
Wait. What? Okay, so they represent moderation and diversity. Moderation, not like moderating yourself, you know, like drink in moderation. No, like moderation as in I get to ban people.
I represent moderation and diversity.
Look at the chat. Oh my god, I just noticed the chat. Alright? Been adding so many people to my block list over the past few days. Though I say people with a grain of salt, so many obvious bots. Can you imagine like living in a life where like literally everyone that disagrees with you needs to be blocked, and you reach a point where you block more than 100 people and you still block? I didn't know block lists can go that high though. Like isn't it like there must be servers there with a finite amount of memory, and like if you keep blocking people, like at one point those servers are going to overflow, and you can't block anymore. Isn't that how it works?
I'm gonna come for hurtful, harmful people. If you're a really shitty person, I'm gonna stand up against you. Period. And Twitch is endorsing me to do that. Period.
Rochan, look here. Look here, you bigot. Look at the screen. Stop doing watcher. Look at the screen a little bit. Did you notice that like she's got like these little cute antlers? Isn't it beautiful? I like it. But you know what? I'll tell you what. She's got a more sense of style and fashion than you do. I never seen you dress this pretty. Where's your pictures, Rochan, where you dress pretty, huh? Look at this. Beautiful. Kushi. Yeah, apparently this person triggered most of the internet at the time, and like there were people that were digging into their past and finding out very spicy logs, stuff that they were doing, you know, stuff that they were saying. But they basically like were having a tsunami of shit coming their way. Twitch as well, but apparently what happened is that COVID came, so it didn't come to pass. However, that is like Bambi for a modern audience, I guess. Can you see the pure elation of being given power over people? But yeah, but that's the main reason that I showed it, right? It's like usually when you give power to someone, the best person that you can give power to is like someone who doesn't want the power. Like that's a person that's not going to be abusive, right? But when a person is this level of happy for having power, hashtag concerned. Let's put it like that. Deer season on hold. Account of... Well, I guess like this day is going to bring Bambi back, so... I'm going to be sad. Tsunami of shit. Remember the time it literally happened in Brazil? Oh, fucking hell, don't remind me. Dude, like, can you imagine, though? Like, no, seriously, I imagine how bad it is to drown, right? Like, you're on a boat, you fall into water. Like, imagine the panic, and you're breathing in the water, and it hurts, and it's hard. Imagine doing that in shit. Like, you're drowning in literal human feces, in excrement. Like, can you imagine how it's like? Jesus Christ. Yeah. I think it was like in Jackass? Like there was that TV show when I grew up. It was called Jackass, and it had people like perform all these bizarre stunts. And there was like someone that filled an entire swimming pool with elephant shit. And then they jumped into the... Oh, God. I spent about a little more on the fan art, which is basically advertisement. I am not McDonald's, and get artists for free to draw McMilf. But for the manga alone, I spent around $15,000 taking into account manga and standalone artwork. So you're like one of those video games company that spent like $5 million on marketing, and the actual game cost like $100,000 to make. Are we? But I'm not going to lie. The advertisement is good, especially the ones that you animated. I like that. I did send him to an animator. You know, like I thought that my animator is slow, but apparently the animator that I sent him made one of the characters blink. I was very impressed by that. I mean, I was like, holy shit. But it's been like more than a month now, hasn't it? And still no response. But still, one of the characters blinked, so that is good. That is good. It means that they cut them on the layers, I think. Hopefully more than the eye. People died in Ireland in a tidal wave of whiskey after some industrial accident. Well, that's actually not that uncommon. I think like the worst incident involving alcohol were like some people that were making wine, and it was like the fumes of the wine which caused a person to fall into the vat, and then another person went to save, but like the fumes also made the other person dizzy, and they fell into the vat. And 5 people later, they realized, okay, well, we should stop going in there because the fumes are killing people. It was an event in medieval Europe where a bunch of nobles went to some place to meet for whatever reason. The top floor caved. Okay, it was in a church. Yeah, so they went to like this cathedral or this church, and yeah, the floor caved in, and they fell into the room of shit that was on the, I guess like the, not really the basement, but like back then they didn't really have the same sewage system that we have. So like the floor caved and they fell into a pile of feces. So yeah, some of them couldn't get out in time. This happens quite often. Some years ago in Chechnya, some guy went missing. Turns out he fell in a beer vat. And they only found out after all the beer shipped and sold. Can you imagine though? Jesus Christ. Anyway, right, so let's listen to the tragic story of a lady who found out that her boyfriend got red-pilled, whatever the fuck that means, because apparently red pill means like just disagreeing with left-leaning positions at this point. I would like to point out that this is something that I've seen many leftists trying to do. There is no like left or right-wing dichotomy. It's either normal, which is like far left, or you're a Nazi, right? Like this is the political spectrum for many left-leaning people. Either you're normal or a Nazi. There's no in between, right? Of course they are normal, but let's look at this lady. So we got a lady in her car, and she's got subtitles, thank God. So I don't have to play the volume all the way up.
Red pill, and at this point we haven't spoke for about a month. And I can't cope with the fact that someone who I saw is so compassionate and thoughtful and intelligent, so caring and open-minded, just completely did a 180.
I mean, yeah, people's views change. Now, unironically though, you know, I'm not going to be an asshole about it. Like, if you can't have the fundamental principles with your loved one, it's very difficult to be in a relationship with them. And it's not about like left-leaning or right-leaning. Like, for example, if you're like a hardcore Christian, it's going to be very difficult to have a successful relationship with a hardcore atheist. Like, unless they're not outspoken, right? So, like, if they can leave their politics at the door or their religion at the door or whatever, then it's a lot easier. So, I don't know. Like, the question is this man trying to like bring his politics into the relationship? Because if yes, then I can understand why this happened. But if she is the one who's like, oh well, I'm not going to be with you, blah blah blah, well, you can't really threaten him of not being open-minded. Like you know, it's just a different way of viewing the world, and it seems that you're the close-minded one if that's the situation. But actually, you know what, I'll go back and I will say, well, if you actually love him and you know, like he is changing, if you're open-minded, you would just place politics at the door. And you'll be like, okay, well, I don't fucking care about the politics, right? Like, in this relationship, we don't talk politics. And that's it. That's fucking it. But you know, like, most of the people on the left, they're such raging bigots that they cannot accept that someone else may think differently. Like they will believe that if one person on Earth, just one person on Earth, is thinking like a right-winger, he will bring upon the Fourth Reich. Even if that person is a homeless individual, even if that person has absolutely no power. Like for example, I'll give you the perfect case, right? So, people are boycotting Kick, right? Like, Twitch streamers are boycotting Kick. And you're wondering, like, what the fuck is it? Ice Poseidon did. I don't fucking care what he did. It's Ice Poseidon. I'm pretty sure he did something nasty. But, like, because of one person, you want to boycott the platform? Fuck is wrong with you, right? And there was like the spokesperson for Kit, and he said, yeah, like people on that should hang on trees. Like obviously he said, what is a metaphor, right? Like he's being disparaging, he's insulting, like he's not actually threatening people. But on Twitter, people are like, oh my god, oh, did you hear what he said? Oh, and I'm like, oh, so you think like there's going to be a lynching now? No, he's encouraging people. And I'm like, okay, so you listen to that shit. Are you encouraged? Because I'm not encouraged. I don't fucking care. Like, it's not right raising an army. But no, like, this is it, right? Like as long as one person is doing something bad and that person isn't checked, a left-leaning person cannot sleep at night. Literally. Like, unless, like, every single person behaves in the exact correct manner that they desire, then it's not okay.
They were just so supportive and caring, and even when I would have my self-sabotaging episodes, they still loved me. They really felt like a blessing, and being with them made...
The thing that I don't understand is, like, why does he say them? So wait, like, what was her boyfriend non-binary? Was a non-binary person getting red-pilled? Is this what she's trying to say? I mean, that is quite rare. That is... Like a transgender person getting red pill, sure, but I've never heard of about I don't think that there is a non-binary conservative. There may be. I'm not saying there isn't, but like I would be surprised because like the non-binary position is very ideological, right? Like trans people existed throughout human history. Like it's a person that doesn't feel that they're comfortable in their gender, so they're transitioning into another gender. Okay, a non-binary person is like a very ideological position. So I genuinely like do not think that there are any non-binary conservatives. Again, like I may change my mind. If someone comes up to me and says, V, I'm non-binary and I will vote for Donald Trump, I'll be like, okay, you know what? My position is now untenable. Like you have...
You realize like all the things that I needed to work on. But it came to a point where I started noticing differences in them.
Why would you stop the camera and then put it on the... See, because as a YouTuber, I notice these things. I can't help but notice these things. Because I record stuff, you know? So, like, if you genuinely, like, have a moment where you want to talk something, why would you stop the recording, move the camera to the right, in order to create, like, the ambience where you show how wounded you are?
Like, I started noticing that they would talk to me like I was like the child, like something that they had to have control over. And then it evolved into hypothetical arguments all the time. Like, just about the stupidest stuff about...
Why is she describing almost every single fucking relationship out there? I mean, there are times when, even my wife... Like when she knows she's right, and sometimes I know too. Like she will speak to me as if I'm a child. Like you need to obey me. It's kind of like we need to go and see my parents, and I'm like no, I'm like a horse I would ivermectin. I'm like nah, and she's like, well, it's once a year. You have to. You need to obey me, and I'm like, oh God, right? I mean. When you get married, you understand. But like, my point is, like, arguments happen, like, it's normal. I don't think, like, there is a relationship where people don't argue. And they argue over little things as well, right? Like for example, when you jerk off and then you wash yourself onto the towel that your wife uses to wash her face. You know, like, these things can happen. It's like, look, there is no such relationship where you do not have any sort of argument. I hope she's not watching the stream.
Like child support and what makes a woman valuable and like what women want in a man, all that. I'm like, I don't know why you're talking to me about this.
Because you're a woman and he's a man. If he's not talking to you about this, then with whom?
And it would get so bad because it really just pry at my insecurities, especially when talking about like women who's...
But like, here's another thing. It's like pry at your insecurities. Like, why don't you stop having them? I don't have insecurities. No, unironically, I genuinely like do not understand this, right? Like, for one, Like you do not like the concept. I get it. Like you don't like the concept of sorry, my bad. Let me put my chat up because I lost it. Right. So she doesn't like the concept of being treated differently, right? Like she doesn't like it that her boyfriend treats her differently, right? Because she's a woman. But if that's the case, like if you want to be treated the same, stop having insecurities. Like, unironically, you can. It's not magic. Hello, Roman. Rochan, do you have insecurities? Unironically, like, Rochan does have insecurities. I fucking hate it so much. So like, no, seriously, like, Rochan went to art school, right? And she was at an art school in Romania. And she used to draw anime. Now, because she used to draw anime, her teachers didn't appreciate that. They know you have to draw the way we tell you to draw. You know, you have to draw the col arts bullshit. And she's like, nah, I'm going to draw the anime. And basically, she got like a lot of low grades for that. She was being humiliated. Right? Like the teacher was like, oh, what is this Japanese bullshit? Yeah. You need to draw like a Romanian. You need to draw the col arts. Now, turns out that because that happened, she actually believes that she's a shitty artist. And now that she's doing stuff that leaves me fucking jaw dropped, and I know a lot of people that draw, and I know like a lot of artists, she still has those fucking insecurities. And it's like, it's a fucking choice. Like, you know, you can literally fake it till you make it. You can just say, no, I'm a good artist, I drew something good. Everyone else that tells me differently can go fuck themselves. And with that mindset, you're not going to have insecurities. So I don't understand, like, this lady talking here, it's like, oh, he's prying on my insecurity. Well, don't let him. Don't fucking let him. Build a wall like Donald Trump around your insecurities.
Dad's left, and I would always just end up crying and ask.
Stop crying! Another thing, like, stop fucking crying, you're an adult. You're not a child. Children cry. You're an adult, stop crying. You know, like, this is actually, I actually matured. Well, I don't think I should use the word mature. I hardened a lot of my ex-girlfriends this way. Like, honestly, like, the moment, because I had, like, several girlfriends. I had, like, the traditional waifu. And with the traditional waifu, it's fine. You know, like, you want to have, like, the feminine gender role? Okay, perfect. Like, behave the way you want to behave. But when you have, like, a girlfriend that's more open-minded, and she's like, no, I want to be treated the same, you know, men and women are equal, well, then just stop crying, stop having insecurities. Why are you crying for? No, unironically, like, children cry. Grown people don't cry. You're an adult. Stop crying. Absolutely no fucking reason to cry. Whenever, like, whenever she would cry, I would leave the room. It's like, when you finish crying, I'll come back. Similar to Andrew Tate's advice, I don't listen to Andrew Tate's. Unironically, I don't. But it makes fucking sense. Like, why are you crying? Stop it. Are you a child? Stop crying. Is it a funeral? No. Okay. I see. Did someone die? Did, like, someone got sick? Are you going through a divorce? No. Then stop crying. Did you find out that you have cancer? No? Okay, then stop crying. Listen, Romania-chan, you did an awesome job with Tomoe Umari's model. 10 out of fucking 10. See? She's still going to have insecurities. Actually, no, I think, like, she's actually proud of the Tomoe model. Like she slaved over that hot horse. I think for at least 2 months. She's still probably slaving over that horse. I'm willing to bet. Like, she goes back to that file just to admire it.
Asking why are you doing that? And as someone who has like poor emotional control, it took a lot to not just like blow up all the time. And it was so hard to just step back and be like, okay, that's like, he's just going through a weird phase.
Yeah, but like, from what she's describing, it's not because of the red pill or anything. She just got a man that doesn't have self-control. I mean, well, actually, I shouldn't say doesn't have self, because I genuinely, like, don't know. Like, usually when you hear, like, only one side of the argument, it's very difficult to know what happened. But like, she's not describing a bizarre relationship from my point of view. Like, she's just describing that she had like a couple of relationship issues. But I don't think it's because of politics or anything like that. I think like maybe she just didn't get the right man. Right? Like she just didn't know how to assess people properly. It can happen, you know, like when you're hiring people for a job. You can hire someone that's not fit for the job. You know, at the interview they're doing great. Maybe like the trial period is awesome, but then they end up being a very bad employee. It's the same in relationships. The dating is awesome. The first few months are awesome. But then you don't fit. You don't match. So I don't think it's like the red pill.
That's not the person who he is. It just kept progressing, and no matter how much I tried to improve myself and just give him...
You don't do that. You don't improve yourself in a relationship. Okay? You can make some compromises, but you don't improve. The moment you say improve, it means that like you're trying to impress the other. You're not going to. It's just it doesn't fucking work that way. All right. Now again, there is a difference between making compromises and trying to impress someone. And if it's the type of personality that like always expects more, then you need to just assume you're never going to impress them. It's kind of you know, like you realize this with parents as well. Like I had the same problem with my parents. They would never be impressed, no matter what I did. So like even when I bought my own house and I moved out and I had like the job, they were never impressed. And at one point you just need to understand, like, okay, I'm never going to impress this person. I should stop trying. There's no point. And it's like, it's not just about parents, but like there are certain people, certain personalities that just do not want to be impressed. Or I guess it's not that. It's more like they ask much of you, and when you fulfill it, they don't show that they're grateful. It's kind of like, and by the way, if you guys will have kids, like this is the most important lesson. It doesn't just apply to kids, it also applies to pets. I know that I shouldn't make the comparison, but it's true. So it applies to pets if you try to raise a dog or a cat. Like this also applies to kids. Don't use only punishment, right? Because like you see parents that start screaming at the child or arguing the child for doing something bad. Don't do only that. Also use rewarding, right? So like if you have your kid, and he goes to school and gets an F, right? And you punish him for it, like no TV, no computer for a month or whatever. Make sure that when he gets that A+, you reward them, right? Like make sure that when he gets that A+, even if you don't care or you're not, act that you're surprised. Like act that you're the happiest parent ever. You take that kid, you buy him some ice cream, you play some video games with him or whatever the fuck. But like make sure that you use rewards as well. Don't use just punishment. Because otherwise they're going to be resentful. Like their own memories about you is going to be the memories that when you are punishing them. They're not going to have good memories with you, so. I should make Parent 101. People often forget that this is the carrot. Yeah, like you need the carrot as well. Like you don't use the carrot on a stick. You need to give the carrot.
What he was asking for, I felt like it just wasn't enough. I still don't understand what he was asking for because these types of women that red pill podcast men talk shit about, like I don't have a lot in common with. Like I don't go out, I don't party.
Look, I love this fact, right? Like she says that she doesn't go out, she doesn't party, and she feels the need to say that there is not anything wrong with women and like, why do you feel the need to say this though? Why do you feel the need to say this? Why do you need like why are you afraid of the fucking internet? Why are you afraid that just by speaking your mind, just by saying what you want, you have to mention, oh my god, I hope I don't upset the collective. Like, this is not okay, by the way. Like again, stop crying, stop having insecurities, and stop giving a fuck about what other people think, right? If you personally think that it's not good enough for you to go out and dress and party, right? Then just say that and don't add the disclaimer. No fucking need to add the disclaimer. My God, I look, if I was single and I would make this woman as my girlfriend, like I would harden the living fuck out of her. Like she would be like the most hardened person that you would ever imagine. Like she would be like an Eastern European woman. Like nothing you'd say would flinch her. She wouldn't give a fuck about anything. She would become the alpha woman. Don't ascend the continuum, yes.
Dress really showy. I'm not a gold digger.
A lot of men like gold diggers, believe it or not. Like, there are men that like gold diggers. Women don't like men that are gold diggers. They call them Casanova, don't they? A Casanova. It sounds kind of cool. No, a gigolo. A gigolo, not a Casanova. A gigolo. Right. So like, a man who digs gold from women is a gigolo.
Like, all I wanted was to just be loved by somebody. I felt like I was being torn apart.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
I did this, but it wasn't enough. I don't know what to do.
You tell him to shut the fuck up then. No, unironically, that's what you do. Like, so assuming that everything she is saying is true, right? And he does this, you tell him it's like, look, give me a list of things that you want me to do, and I'll do them to the best of my ability. But take into account that I'm not your fucking child. Alright? Like, I'm another person. You chose me to be in this relationship. Now, if I'm not good enough and I'm not completing the tasks to your satisfaction, then get a fucking maid. That's what you need to do. You stand up for yourself. What else do you expect? If you're going to allow people to walk all over you, then they're going to walk all over you. You need to demand respect. If you're not demanding respect, how can others respect you? Yeah, it's not necessarily like shedding your L's online. No, I genuinely think that maybe from what she's saying, she was in an abusive relationship. But like, the relationships, they go to an abusive part if you let them. You're not supposed to let them go to that part. So this is my advice to her, you know? It's like, stop having insecurities. Like, again, insecurities are a choice. They're in your head. Alright? Like, start securing them. You need to have securities. This is what I want. You have securities. So then he can't manipulate you. You also need to stop crying, right? Because that shows vulnerability, which he will exploit. And then, like, if he's being unreasonable, you tell him to go fuck himself. As simple as. Like, am I being unreasonable? Huh? Is this a bad advice to give to women, though? I don't know. But, like, hey, we're in a progressive time. Men and women are the same. So, like, well... yeah. Like, have the mindset. I'm curious what American Outlier thinks about my advice.
It just wasn't...
But you know, if you think it's impossible, you should see Eastern European women. Like, what I'm describing is not fictional. Like, these women exist. Yeah, like, literally, stop being insecure.
I'm gonna work for them because I was too American and I didn't understand, and the women overseas are better, and it...
Then fucking go get a woman overseas. Like, unironically, like, if this would happen in a conversation... Like, if I were to tell my wife, you know, like, the women overseas are better, like, my wife would just immediately put me in my place, and she would say something, then get a woman overseas. Right? Like, isn't this how the conversation should work?
It just really broke my heart. It broke my heart so bad. And it got to the point where my family witnessed it firsthand, like, what they were doing, and that's when it ended. And I can't find closure, because I'm like, what happened to that person?
I don't think so like, from what you're describing, I don't think like something happened to that person. I think they were always like this, but you allowed them to dominate you. That's it. Like you allowed, at first it was small concessions, and then the concessions became bigger and bigger, till the point where he was thinking that it's okay to do certain things that you didn't like.
I feel like I don't know who this person is. What happened to the person I felt safe with? Because who they became...
If my girlfriend said the men overseas are better, I would show her the door. I would do as well. Like, unironically, like, that is relationship breaking shit. Like, you just don't say that to the person you're with, period. And if the person you're with is being said that and they're taking it, then they're going to get more of it. Like, you never should allow... Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, imagine... I genuinely, like, just can't imagine saying something like that to my wife. It's like literally saying, it's like the girl over there is better than you. It's like, what? I want to hear the dude's point of view. Well, I'm pretty sure, like, they may have a point of view. We're never going to know. But like, if someone came up to me, like, if a friend of mine came up to me and said me this is exactly what I would say to her. And it's like, okay, so clearly you do not enjoy being dominated. Like, that's fine, you know? Not everyone likes being dominated. There are women who like to dominate or women who like to be equal. Well, if that's the case, then this is what you need to change in your mindset. You need to stop having insecurities, change them into securities. You need to stop tolerating his shit. You need to make him understand that you're an adult and you're not his handmaid. You're not his child, right? Obviously, there are tasks you need to perform because in a household, there's two people. So you have to perform your tasks and he has to perform his. You will perform yours to the best of his abilities. To the best of your abilities. If he's not happy, then he can fuck off. Right? Like, that's how I would communicate things. But again, I don't know their relationship. I don't know more, so.
Sometimes I did not feel safe. And it just hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And
the thing that I don't get, though, like, this is the only, the only thing that I find bizarre is why do you share this with the internet? Like, don't you have friends? Don't you have people in real life? Like, why would you talk with complete strangers about your relationship? People in the comment section are saying, I'm willing to bet that her vision of events and his would not match. Probably. I mean, I don't think there is a single relationship where you have an argument that both people agree. You know, like it's usually like he's going to say that she was abusive and vice versa. Zubi is saying, why is she saying they instead of he? Sus. Yeah, it's really weird. Women only lose men if they are bad. Men rarely walk away from women. No, that's not true. Men walk away from women. There's a meme. Woman crying in her car. Yep. She's complaining about something trivial. Most likely. I wait watching that. Yeah, a lot of people are pointing out the they thing, that it's weird. Anyway. It is definitely bizarre. Like, I don't understand why you share these stories online. It's just something that you shouldn't do. Anyway, right, so I think, like, this is it. I think this is the end of the stream, chat. We reach the final moments. So, thank you for watching. Appreciate the super chats. Oh, I got another one. Listen, Romania-chan, you did an awesome job with Toboe. Oh, I read this one. Romania-chan, you didn't do an awesome job with Toboe. You should have drawn her differently. You should have drawn her more badass. Like, you drew her exactly like her first model. That's a ripoff. You should have... Like, look, when someone comes to you to draw a different model, you should be more creative. You should make a better model. Why would you draw, like, literally the exact same thing? Why would you just... Makes no sense to me. I don't know. She's sharing it online to virtue signal. It's such a weird story, though. It is. It's like... She argued with her boyfriend. Okay. I mean, it happened. Oh, Kubusk is here. I miss Kubusk. She argued with her boyfriend. Right, breaking news. Women in a car argues with boyfriend. Alright. I don't even know if it's like, she's saying that it's because he got red pilled, but like, I haven't really heard Like, what exactly red pilled him? I was talking about a woman in a car crying for attention, Kubus. You missed the good shit. Anyway, I gave her good advice, I think. If this lady listens to me, like, she's going to be hard as a rock. She's going to be the one putting the man in place. Anyway, right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And thank you for the super chats. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.